I'm sorry, came back once again. Sometime video. Hajime Ippo round 1431 came out today. It is approximately around 2:30 currently. I was going to catch the chapter earlier. I was already on my computer editing some videos, some stuff probably not gonna upload. It was totally different, like some main views, whatever. But overall, catch up with the last chapter. Finally, Rosario and Mishiba made it to the ring, and he was like some background chatter with Miyata, Sendo, and the Great Takamura and Ippo in this whole I'm weak, which it is what it is for that. But let's get right to it. Round 1451, the Grim Reaper to Sena Yokohama. The WBC World Lightweight title match will begin now. Hey, look, George, can we get some other belts? Why is every single first challenge is always the WBC belt? Like this is an obsession. Takamura's first belt and Takamura junior lightweight, middleweight, and super middleweight has all been for the WBC first. David Eagle keeps dragging at the WBC belt. David Eagle got the WBC belt, and Brian Hawk both also had the WBC belt. The only other belt we've seen like the WBO with Vork. Why we gotta keep seeing the WBA for the like? Can it be for the IBF this time? Something different, different color belt. And plus, that black belt will fit well against Rosario, at least my opinion. The EVS challenger, Rio Mishiba Rio, shouldering the entire arena expectations. He makes his way he makes his way to the ring. It was a comedy. The ominous sounds of the ominous sound of the pipe organ reverberating throughout the arena. And overhead, a blue-white comet rips through the air. It circles around the arena, swirling and whirling, leaving behind a menacing trail. It can't be helped but make you think of an encouraging subjugation, even domination. You can see a comet showing up on the screens around the stadium. And the crowd's like, what? What is this? The announcer says, the comet draws closer, bringing with an aura of unease and ill omens. And the crowd's like, wait, what is this music from? So it's that comet is Galliance, isn't it? And the announcer says, it curves sharply. This is a reference to a 1998 anime movie, Farewell to Space Battleship Yamato. That's continuous, and it descends to Earth. And from within the smoke comes forth, and the crowd's like, ah, the Grim Reaper Rio Mishiba. A nice panel of him walking out. We see image, We see image of Kumi and Ippo. And Ippo says to himself, "He's here." They announce, and the crowd is like, "He's here! He's here! He's here!" As Misha steps out. He slowly makes his way towards the ring, with each step taken deliberately as if to tell it the ground itself. Despite the trials and tribulations, this world is my... this is my world title ring. His face is hitting. Just what thoughts are going through his head right now? And Misha Pascal says to himself, Mizutani, are you seeing this, Mizutani? Misha was taking us with him. And he slaps the coach's hands with his gloves. Give him a high five. And Misha Pascal says to himself, into the world title ring. Mizutani? I'd not call that name. The announcer says, the challenger Rio Mishiba is in the ring. And the crowd saying, well, I think the crowd is saying, yeah, the crowd is saying, Mishiba, Mishiba, Mishiba. Ippo says, Mishiba. Kumi says to herself, Nissan. And the crowd continues says, Mishiba, Mishiba, Mishiba. And the Loki's like, man, I know it's a home fight, but he's popular as hell. And the Takamura says, that's because unlike you shithead, Mishiba got real character. And Kimura says, you just had to say the first part, that first. We'll get to that. And Mishiba close claps his hands and says, incredible, what an incredible cheers, what an incredible crowd. Yeah, this is greatness, don't you think? Mishiba tells him, hey, save the celebration for afters. His coach turned around and said, huh? And the announcer says, not changing gears. a feisty Latin rhythm, making its entrance with the world title belt aloft. The champion Marcus Rosario, as he does this straight, kind of looks like Sayeki with the Puerto Rican flag behind him. Look at him, look like a beast. Announcer says, swinging his shoulders and hips, dancing his way down to the ring. The crowd's like, that's Rosario? Is he strong? Misha was better. Hand over the belt. Look, man. Look, George, we got to get something straight. If I got to hear somebody say in the crowd, is he strong, one more damn time, can you name one fight where somebody in the crowd has not said this? Time and time again. Rosario looks over. He glares at the crowd, and the crowd is uneasy. And Senna says, man, those eyes. It's like the king of the streets punk somehow made it as a champion. And Senna looks over to Miyata. And Senna's like, it's different from me. Yeah. Unlike Yoki and Kimura, Senna was just quote unquote trying to defend people. Then he just so happened to become this leader figure. And you see like the Titantron, somebody says, you're not entirely wrong, he got a history of right fights. The moment the gong sounds, he always swarm immediately, and apparently it's coming from Miyata. His brawling ability is extraordinary high. Senna's like, you know your stuff? You plan on fighting him someday? Miyata says nothing to this comment. No, it's just that you're too ignorant, although he seems like the type to fight fight on instincts. So from here on out, I'll let you analyze the match as one of a kind. Well, of one of the same kind. And Senna's like, well, in that case, let me say that guy is. And it just cuts away. Alright then. And he was like, alright. It cuts to what the Ippo is saying. Continuance wants to end it in the first half. As early as possible. His failed weight control means he'll have stamina issues. He should know that he can't afford to let this drag into the second half. And besides, in the first place, he's the type to explode early on. Even if he had stamina to spare, he just goes into a high gear from the start. And Misha's boss daughter is like, so, what does that mean? And Ippo says, if we could survive past the first half, it would, and pull it into the second half, there's a strong chance. And it pulls out, and it says he can win. Yosh, man, we got lucky with these seats. We've got the former world ranker to break it down for us. Justify the first half, aim for the back half. You see Rosario and Misha staring at each other as the coach go over as the ref goes over the rules. Aoki says, squared up like that, you can really see it reach there. You can really see the reach difference. Kimura says, just keep up the distance, make some minutes, and deplete his stamina. And the Gaki is like, that's the only strategy to go with. Takamura is just silence. ... And you can see the two savages stare at each other, unwavering. It's kind of Rosario does kind of look a little different. And announcer says the fighters return to their corners. Now let's begin. And announcer says, judges, okay, the Grand Reaper and the Man of the Cross. On the day of sentences, both in the ring of judgment. Michiba stares, sees Kumi, sees the his probation. Not his probation officer. I could be wrong. Sees Miyata, sees Makanuchi running. Sawamura Ruhei. Then the boss and the boss's daughter. Then that whole kissing incident. The gong sounds and Rio World Title match has officially begun. Are you serious with this bullshit? Are you like? Come on, like you see what I'm. Like, you see what I'm talking about, right? You see what I'm talking about? Like, it's an entire chapter where it's just like, you're just burning up time. Like, did we really need to see their entrance? Did we really need to see that? And all this outside commentary? Can we get to the damn fight already? Oh my goodness. Like, this fight gonna be over in July. At this rate? My goodness. It's about to go down to be continued, it says. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. That and me messing with the reading. So apparently the comet symbolism is a reference to an anime. I don't know what type of reference it is. Maybe it's the ship blew up or something like that. Who knows? It crashes down. Mishiba comes out, and wait, wait. Why is there a cross pointing behind Mishiba? It doesn't even matter, man. It doesn't even matter. He get into the ring, and there's just there's something like, oh yeah. You know, that was like an earlier comment I meant to make. I was like, I'll get back to it. Oh yeah, now I remember. The Talk More comment. That because unlike you shitheads, Mishiba got real character. I don't know, has Talk More been on edge lately? Was he been thrown out by Dr. Yamaguchi again? He's been on edge. First is the fuckface to Ascendo for no reason. He didn't even do anything. And now he's just calling like Kimura and Aoki shitheads for like no damn reason. Whatever happened to the peanut gallery? For like like they didn't even do anything. Maybe it's just me. But with the whole reference to the whole character thing.
Unintentional? You must be kidding. And Daddy's sad little loser threw the wimpiest punches I've ever felt. And you can tell him that from me. That little brat is just lucky hospitalization is all he got.
What a jerk! He thinks boxing's the same as street fighting.
What character have he shown? He duck and dodge interviews. He barely says anything. He show up with murder, death, tyrant Kanji on the back of his ropes. What character? And I believe he's spoken to Mike maybe once, and that was quite recently. So, what character do they know of Mishiba since they recorded no tape, no type of hype promos? There's no promo package. There's no behind the scenes or 60 seconds for HBO. There's no nothing. So, what character do these fans even know of him besides from? He's a Japanese fighter from Tokyo going against the Puerto Rican. And then at the beginning, the way to describe Mishiba, the evilest challenger Rio, Mishiba Rio, even not saying Rio means the most evil challenger?
For them, the reason is simple. No matter what I do, it's always the same. He's a troublemaker. Who knows what he's up to, but get rid of him before we find out.
Wait, where are you getting this stuff from? From where? Like, the most evilest challenger. That, the whole flip-flopping on his appearance on Ippo, and the whole Mishiba flashback, which is 100% unnecessary, just to build up, I guess, his probation officer. I guess details that was just, you could have just addressed that current day. Just couldn't see him eating with his coach after like some training, or maybe him and the boss and the daughter go out to eat for like a celebration or something. Hey, you know, 5 years or so and so years you've been at the company, so and so. It could just be that, and then we can get that insight to that he used to have a probation officer and get a little bit more details to his backstory that way. So let's just have multiple back-to-back chapters of this garbage, or just sitting there saying, well, you know, you need to get out of here, Kumi. Wait, where this coming from? Why? Why? Like that, like, you could have cut all that garbage out and the fight would have still been the same. Like, why? Like, what?
Awake.
Yep, just like you. You're home so late. They must be working you awfully hard.
I got laid off again.
Well, don't let it get you down. We'll be just fine. After all, I'm working part-time now, so we'll be able to make ends meet. So let's just hang in there. Let's hang in there.
It is what it is. And then on to the Sendo comics. I already addressed the whole King of the Street thing. In the Miyata, his brawling is extraordinary high. How many brawlers has Mishiba killed?
What's so funny?
Slaughtered, skewered, massacred. Well, he was Pacific champion. How many? Shinobu, Makunuchi in sparring. Arguably somewhat twice. I gotta recall that second spar. It's been a while. I don't get it. It's like putting an infight against Hayami. Don't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. But you know, Hayami recently went against Ippo and so and so. And I wish I could sit here and say, well, you know, just I'm tired of seeing infighters. I'm tired of seeing it. How many more infighters must Mishiba go against? I'm tired of it. I really am. So unless you show something more than a former world champion Juan Garcia, it's never addressed what's going on with the other belts inside the weight class. Never addressed, never brought up in conversation. Something that Mario Fuji could easily bring up, or that other guy that be with him. Don't bring it up because of reason. And then they hint off with Sendo saying, you plan on fighting him someday. And he pauses and says, no, you're too ignorant. Miyata, what is going on with your own career? Are you going to stay in featherweight? You're going to move up to 130? Misha was fighting out at 135. You're going to hop 2 weight classes because of weight control? Have you finally made up your mind? Gonna finally do something? Huh? Or are you going to keep shutting up in the background saying stuff every once in a while? Like, what are you doing? This. And in that case, if you're taller than Kimura, than like somebody who's 5'7", you and Misha was like around the same height anyway. Because Ippo's only like 5'5", Takamura's 6 foot.
宮田の身長いつの間にか俺より高くなってたっけ
Well, he was talking like what? When he was training for who was it? Who was? He was training for somebody. Yeah, I think it was Gregory. He was training for Gregory, or something. We brought on Kimura, and the whole weight management thing. So what? Miyata's like 5'8", 5'9", something right there. You could easily just go up to 140 if you want it. Just especially since the only reason Misha was at 135 is because he couldn't make featherweight, so he went up to 130. The Shimura thing, the Senwa Moore thing happened, so he couldn't make 130 again, so he went to 135. So the fact that you got Warg there is just, that's another case, right? Well, I keep harking the whole infighter thing, besides we've seen tons of them. You remember the whole thing with Fredo Gonzalez, how they built him up like he was a hybrid fighter, this new age fighter, and how Sendo was like a saber tooth and Ippo was like using this old thing with Kamagura, with this old iron wood that wasn't going to work, that he was like way beyond him, like was it going to work? Somebody said, but Sendo beat him, but Sendo's different. Even a coach pointed out how Sendo and Ippo don't fight the same.
You see? You might believe that you and Sendo are the same, but your fighting range is actually a whole lot different from his. You dive inside and take on the opponent at close range, and Sendo holds fast and throws punches from mid-range. It all comes down to arm strength versus leg strength.
Ippo's not as tough as Sendo. Ippo don't punch as hard as Sendo. Which has both been output in the second fight. So there's some things that Ippo does that Sendo does not. So is this. Just as way it is. So to have this whole build-up of the hybrid fighter is just, we've seen people with supreme hooks, we've seen uppercuts, we've seen heartbreaker blows, we've seen so-and-so, 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 just to go back to, well, we got infighter, and that's it. Can we get a counter specialist infighter? Can we get that? The last thing that Misha was worried about, the last thing he didn't fully conquer with his style. Cause another infighter, unless you're throwing some wrestling in there, there's nothing that we've ever seen before besides from that he's a southpaw. Something that Misha should already be used to. Not including the fact there's probably, like a 6-round limit? Until Rosario gas tank kicks out, and that's if. Because Ippo just said he like to kick it up in the high gear, even with a full gas tank. So that's 4 rounds, a potential match, and depending how much George want to drag it out. I hope I didn't sound like a hypocrite here. It was sending no comments. Well, you know, he wanted to end it in the first half, so and so. This is stuff we learned from the previous chapter. Like, we already know that. We don't need to see these background characters get informed of this. Again, the standoff. Aoki points out the reach difference. That don't mean nothing. He was taller than Juan. He had a higher reach than Miyata. He had a high reach to Ippo. That like the reach difference don't mean like that reach thing haven't been relevant since season 1. That don't make any difference. And the whole Kimura saying keeping at a distance depleted stamina. He couldn't keep Juan Garcia at a distance. So unless he does have that new style. We gotta see how it's implemented, but it's just I don't know. And it's a Gaka with the whole it's the only strategy to go with. It's a Gaka you don't believe that. You don't believe that at all. Because that was the case. You would have stepped with the strategist against Amai, and that's not what happened. You won the fight because you won the fight. Not. It is what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm juiced up today. I don't know. Maybe I'm just irritated to silences and everything. Maybe it's the fact that we get a whole another new chapter where it's just like nothing happened. Like we can't even get a punch thrown. Not one. And which for Mishiba to reflect like this before the match actually happened, I don't know, it's just strange. Similar to remember the whole thing that happened a few chapters ago? Oh, I want you to take care of Kuma so I can focus on training. That didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. Kuma kept showing up. That didn't happen. I hope he was able to focus. Hopefully. Going through training camp, nothing changed. So I don't know, me. I don't know. It's another chapter that feels like a damn waste. Can we get the damn fight started already? How much longer was Marcus Rosario being this this like he's taking up like what 2 to 3 years by himself of just build up? My goodness. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. And ironically enough, this could be one of those fights like with Kurosawa versus Ippo, where we get more of Marcus Rosario's perspective, which would be the more interesting one since we don't really know much about him or why he thinks the way he does. And I'm not really trying to see that before. Well, you know, we saw this whole backstory as Mishiba dropping that right hand on him and putting him to sleep. So it would be interesting to get that Kurosawa perspective for this fight, but that's not gonna happen. It's way too late for that. But which is also strange that Miyata's here, because Miyata never watched Sendo fight, and Miyata never watched Ward's fight. So but Miyata fought he fought Mishiba. These two aren't friends. Nor do they really care for much for each other. It's just strange for Miyata to show up now. What does he get from this fight? If Mishiba win, what changes? He don't have no plans to move up in weight, as far as we can tell. If he loses, what changes? Gonna be going against another in-fighter Miyata that you've already like. Hey, look, man, being an in-fighter is just not good enough, man. It's just not. Not anymore. No, not at all. I don't know. To be honest, to be honest, I could be wrong. I'm putting down $5. If Ippo was to train right now, and to get off the ring rush, and was to train with the brand new style he got, he will steamroll Rosario. Steamroll. But hey, never know. So let's just hope the fight delivers. Because if not, then it's just, my goodness, like this shit's getting irritating. Well, this is really getting frustrating right now. It really is. It really is. Get the fight started. Another question. Why is Takamura here? Why does Takamura give a shit? Now I think, wait, why are all these people here? At least people looked up to AJ Dante. At least Ippo is a rival type thing, but I got a question why some of these people are actually here to watch this fight. Really gotta wonder. Which is ironic since How come these guys are here, but there is no Oda, there is no Okita, there is no who was the other guy? Oh yeah, there was no AJ Dante either. This is a world championship fight. They broke their neck for Takamura, and it's just these guys aren't here. Even not similar to when Ippo fought Gonzalez. Where were they? They couldn't afford tickets. Guess so. I guess so. Cause they really didn't make it like a big ordeal, but I don't know. Maybe it's just frustration for the fact that there's another chapter, another damn chapter where like it's just nothing, nothing. We can't even get a punch flown. We can't even get like it's just nothing. I don't know. That's just it overall. I hope you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, because it's getting frustrating. It's getting irritating. It really is. It really is. Easy to cut half of that stuff out. Just cut it on out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Because me, I'm not gonna add no insight to this. Not at all. Maybe I must get some gems from the great Takamura. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows indeed. All I gotta say is, I hope the fight delivers. Been 3K, comment, subscribe, and now. Peace.